All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Group Chart Analysis. It is Thursday, July 12th, 2018. And some interesting things happened in the market. A lot of the pairs ended up moving in the direction we wanted them to move. Some finally made the moves after, talking about it last week and earlier this week. They finally made their moves. So we'll be going over what we're seeing and the possible setups leading to finish this week going into the next week. So let's start with EU. Let's check it out. So EU, we had for a continued shot down. At least I said it was possibly going to either shoot down one more day and then possibly reverse, or it's going to continue down. I'm going to look at this. I believe, just off of what we're seeing here, that it actually could shoot down again. I said that it was either going to come down to this blueberry, test it, and go off and continue. But it's looking like this thing is actually going to be shooting back down. Everything on the 4 hour, like even this RSI right here. Normally when I see something like this, when I see the RSI looking like that, it normally lets me know that we can do this. It could possibly shoot down. That it can continue, and that means that it would go down to here. So if that's going to happen, the next zone for this thing to drop to would be about here, and from there it'd actually be the recent daily low, which is right here. Recent daily low, recent weekly low. And if we're going to get even more strict, you're looking at the low down to here, but it might not go that low. We'll see how it goes. And it is technically still a downtrend. And it did go all the way back down. It did shoot off that 50 on the 4 hours. So we're going to be looking for this thing to drop tonight, guys. If anything, stop on high. I think what I was seeing before was the divergence on the 15-minute, which leads me to believe that we could possibly see some sort of pullback to the upside. And that divergence is right here. It's oversold. It's going up. You got price coming down here, which means that ideally we would want to look for like a nice pullback up, like a nice buy. Well, I wouldn't say buy, but just a push in the upwards direction to then wick off of one of these and drop. So that's what we're going to be looking for. All right, you're going to be looking for the continuation, stop on high, drop. Mind you, it is going to be Friday, so it is trap day. Just FYI. Hold on one second. All right, cool. U-Chief, we said could possibly shoot back down. I said I know I wanted it to shoot down towards the blueberry here, but it shot the fuck up for news today. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, I can feel it. But it's going up. It's overbought on the hour. It continued up, and it broke through the trend line. It's actually going up to retest this trend line. There it is. That's what I was waiting for. So we have this high right here. Right there. And we have the trend line that I drew actually from the higher time frames. I think it's like the daily. I actually got to fix this. Really? There we go. So it's actually hitting the trend line right now. So we could possibly see some sort of consolidation, drop, or breakage, retest, new direction. That's a possibility. Let's look at the weekly again. And that actually could happen because if you look at the weekly RSI, this thing actually looks like it's going to continue upwards. And this massive wick is shooting up. So this thing is going to be continuing. You guys are going to be looking for the continuation on YouTube for a buy. And it broke out of the volatility band to go into the overbought range. So it's going to be a buy. GU, we had it. Couple things. It retraced up, took out that low from the other day here. And I said it could either retest this low here and then shoot up, which it did, but it didn't shoot all the way up. It only shot up to the EMAs, wicked through railroad, and then dropped for news. And it made a new low. So that's one thing. What else? Daily. And we had that. I even said it was going to continue down because of the fact we saw this on the higher time from here. So this is all just a pullback. Daily looks good. Weekly still looks good. If anything, stop hunt high drop. You guys are continuing. So pull back to the ketchup or the water, drop. Continuation drop, guys. Let's go to this pair. So UJ broke the trend line. I said it was either going to come up and retrace and drop back down, or it was going to come up, retrace, and bounce off, or it straight shot it. In this case, it just kept going. So now we have a breakage in the new high. This is going to start looking to be a different type of trend. So overall, buys are going to be the new thing for you guys to be looking for on UJ. So be ready for that. If anything, I mean, it is oversold. It is overbought. So we could see some sort of pullback to drop, maybe retest the trend line or maybe one of the EMAs as it starts to, come across. So just understand that this thing is due for a pullback and that it is going to be in a buying zone. So wait for this thing to drop, wait for it to pull back, then you can look for the buying potential. So I would just be careful this pair. This thing has definitely moved a good amount of pips this week, so it's probably not going to move for the rest of the day. AU. What do we have on AU last night? We had it up for a buy. I know we bought a little bit too. Threw sauce on the 4 hour right on the hour here. Continued up, hitting the consolidation zone. The weekly, it's on all the pins, but there's no divergence, which leads me to believe that this is only a pullback. The daily is still going in a downwards motion. It dropped down 2 nights ago. Didn't take out that low. This is why we bought it. Inverted head and shoulders. I believe that this pair could actually still shoot up a bit, to be honest. It came down here. It's consolidating on the water on the 4 hour. I gotta see what it's doing here. And it's above the stationary 50 on the hour. So this telling me that this is going to shoot upwards. So you're going to be looking for buys on AU. It's going to be kind of doing this towards the upwards to the overbought zone. So you're going to be looking for buys on AU. GJ was hitting a zone here, said it could have possibly reversed, and it didn't. It continued up last night, broke the highs, and I feel like this is actually going to be the overall direction for most JPY pairs. It broke multiple trend lines, 1, 2. It's approaching this one. So we're going to see this thing shoot up to this trend line here on the 4 hour. So guys, expect another buy tonight on this. Pull back, wicked. Maybe another pullback, but eventually you're going to be looking for this thing to shoot up to that trend line. It was drawn off the weekly, so it's a very strong trend line. Ideally, this is the hour, maybe something like this, and then a buy. But overall, buys, look for the stop hunts low, and then look for the longs. EA finally did what we wanted it to do. We had it for a drop. Overall, since the beginning of the week, it came up, retested this high, was been divergent, and it dropped, and it's going down towards that 4 hour Mayo in the 144. So you're going to be looking for this thing to continue down. Daily just, see that? Daily just threw a railroad right at the top. So this thing is going to be looking to drop very soon. Which I'm actually going to be looking at very closely later on tonight because this looks pretty good. Pay attention to this. This is important. That's huge. Huge. And it's divergent on the hour, on the 4 hour and the daily. So if anything, we're either going to see straight shot, pullback, drop, or consolidation, pullback, enter around here, drop again. That's our setups right now. But ultimately, we are going to be looking for this thing to drop heavy. It's long overdue, way long overdue for a drop. EG, divergent. It's been consolidating. I don't like it. You want my opinion? Just don't trade it. You can literally just do this. That's all it's been doing. High, low, high, low, high. Just keeps going up. Just keep playing the fringe in this one. Buy low, sell high. GA continued down. We had this pair for a sell as well. See the divergent head and shoulders right at the top here. After it pulled back. Let's see. It's bouncing off the catch up. It's showing signs of it to drop still. You guys are looking for drops. Looking for sells. Sells are probably the best looking pairs here. The best looking things here on EA and GA. So that gives confirmation to AU that we had for a buy. So you guys are looking for buys on AU, sells on EA, and sells on GA. Oh, short term, stop. Short term, pullback, drop. Are you kidding? This thing just won't stop. Cool. Ooh. That's what you're looking for. Pullback, stop on high, drop. And then what we have here, gold. Gold we have for a buy. We wanted it to drop down last night. It did. Came down to this low. Start reversing. Thing is that it actually could possibly come down for another retest and then a buy. So it's bouncing off of this 4-hour catch up now. RSI is looking like this. It might come right back out, right back into the oversold zone. So you guys are going to be looking for this to drop down tonight. All right. And that goes with EU too. So EU and gold correlate. So EU we had for a drop, and now we have gold for a drop. But just realize once gold drops down to here, we'll be looking for it to be a buy because this is overall one massive W. All we're looking at right now is the right leg, is the right part of the W that is just going to happen to be another W within itself. It's a pattern within a pattern. So you have a double bottom as the part of the right leg of the W for it to then shoot up overall next week. All right, so we'll be looking at that as well. But that's tonight's analysis. With everything that we're looking at, just be ready, be prepared. It is a trap day. Next week should be good. A lot of the pairs consolidated again, but we'll be looking for some nice setups as we continue along this path. So that's the last one of this week. Everyone here, be safe in the markets. Enjoy your weekend. Have some fun. And on Sunday, we'll come back strong, and we're going to go fucking rack some pips out. That sound cool? Good? Dope. Let's fucking kill it. I'll talk to you guys on Sunday. Peace out.